Hello, ladies and gentlemen, mostly ladies, particularly the lovely ones that I know are watching with bated breath as we continue this casting marathon as we move into a game between Yaki and Puggett. Myself and Pull will be casting this game. Pull, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing quite fine, man. How are you doing?
Not too shabby. I've been having a lot of fun. We have a whole group of people, myself and Pull included, who are just hopping between games, getting rematches going on between some of the best people that we've seen going on. And right now, I don't think Yaki and Puggett have played. I'm not sure if you know anything about what their match history might have been, but...
I don't think so. All I know is that we saw Puggett play as Zerg, and now he's playing as Protoss this game, so...
Do you think that's probably a good decision, because Puggett is a diamond player, and he's going against Yaki, who is a platinum. So that's not the biggest difference in rank ever, but it will probably be good to have just a very minor handicap for Yaki.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm actually messing with my graphics settings right now, so... Give me 1 second.
No, you're lagging, dude! Stop it!
Oh. Okay, there we go.
Alright.
Yeah, I had to fix that.
And everybody who is watching this can probably tell, this is a live broadcast. There's no chance to go back and try to make it again, as if we happen to make a mistake. We have to keep all that stuff in there for your entertainment.
Alrighty. So, okay, so it does look like our Zerg player is getting his spawning pool first. And you'll probably actually have a little bit better insight, as I am a Terran player, and PvZ is just not something I pay that much attention to. But from what I gathered, it is pretty standard for Zerg to get their spawning pool first. Like, they have to, don't they? They really can't fast expand.
It depends on if their opponent has a forge up, because right now we do see that the forge is only just now starting on its way. So I do think that the Zerg player has the opportunity to move a drone just right now, or even before, with the money that he spent on that spawning pool in order to expand, because his opponent can block it, but he can't cannon it. And cannoning it is really the big problem that you need to worry about, and is usually why Zerg players get the spawning pool.
Yeah, okay, cool. So for Puggett, it does look like he is getting that forge. He's going to be getting some cannons, and macroing up just a little bit. However, Yaki does have a drone chilling out at the natural expansion, so Puggett will need to get rid of that before he can build a Nexus.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with this cannon, because, though actually no, he does see that Zerglings are out on the field, so the cannon is definitely a good idea. He knows that he's already in something of a macro lead. As soon as he drops that Nexus, it will probably be going down before his opponent's hatchery, and that's always a place you want to be as a Protoss. If you're one base up, or just even bases with your opponent, you're winning the game pretty much.
Yeah, most definitely. So we do see that Nexus dropping down from our Protoss player, and Yaki finally managing to get his hatchery up.
Yeah, he is trying to close off that wall, but unfortunately he might not actually be able to. These Zerglings could run right by the cannon, and then it would definitely be a contest of them against the probes. I do think that probably only 1 or 2 would get by. Cannons do very well against Zerglings, so long as they're not being totally surrounded. And as we watch, there was a gateway queued up. Okay, there it is. So with that little wall, it should be a lot better for our Protoss player.
Definitely. And okay, here we go. Finally got my Shun going. Can commentate a little bit better. So the gateway is coming up, and oh yeah, there's that third base like you were saying. So Zerg just spreading himself all across the map, and I'm actually going to be wondering, do you think the Protoss will try to keep up in bases, or do you think he'll do like a 2-base push?
I wouldn't think a 2-base push would be that popular on the reduced resources per base maps, or the lower resources per base. Or no, fewer resources per base. That's the term which has eventually been coined for it, the Furby. Just because you can probably support about a 5-gate off of this amount of money. Maybe 6-gate, but that'd be the equivalent of maybe like an 8-gate off of 2 bases in the ordinary game of StarCraft 2, and you won't really have a lot of money for the really critical upgrades like +1, like Blink, that you would be able to get in the full resource version of StarCraft 2. So I do think he's probably going to be trying to get the 3rd base up before he goes too crazy with the aggression.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to be pretty viable, as he will have cannons, of course, to defend, and of course he only has 1 gateway and a cybernetics core finally being produced. So not going to have too many attacking units for the time being, just basically being a macro game.
So I almost have to wonder if what Protoss are eventually going to end up doing on this map is almost a combination of expanding styles, in that I think there's a lot of potential in going forge fast expand, securing your natural, then throwing down 2 more gateways, exactly like we see Puggett doing, and going into almost a 3-gate expo into your third and using a large number of sentries and zealots to keep control of that.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a very smart strategy for our Protoss players to be doing. Meanwhile, our Zerg is getting his infestation pit, so he's going to be getting some infestors out there to do some awesome fungals.
That's a very aggressive infestation pit. He's actually behind in the worker count by a pretty noticeable margin, and it's only continuing to go. It's 36 probes against 30 drones. So I'm really not liking the option of going for pure tech when you don't even have the gases taken in your third.
Yeah, I just don't know. I'm not sure what he's thinking here. Maybe that's just what he's used to. I mean, as we can see, Alchemist is wondering why his Zergs took so fast on this map.
I don't know. But we do see 2 more gateways getting thrown down and a robotics facility, bringing the total up to 5-gate robo. That's completely unsustainable with these reduced resources. I don't know if this is just a little bit of inexperience from Puggett, unfortunately showing itself.
Yeah, I do not think that he's going to be going for a third base anytime soon. He's going to be too worried about using up his production facilities.
Though if he does make a very strong timing attack off of this number of bases, if he can sneak out a probe, and he does actually have one hanging out outside of his base but not doing anything just yet, if he can get that proxy pylon up and maybe 1 or 2 immortals to deal with any roaches that he would be worried about, or immortals are actually very effective against the infestors who might stray into the range of their guns. It's not fun if you accidentally have your infestor get 2-shotted by an immortal.
Yeah. So it does look like Puggett is going to go down towards the third base of our Zerg player with these zealots, and we'll be probably building a proxy pylon to do some weapons. Yeah, he does have that in queue to be built.
This is almost a Kiwi-Kaki style attack. Kiwi-Kaki will very often go for just 2 gates and chrono the hell out of him as he's trying to deny a Zerg third. And so instead we have Puggett just going for a ton of hard-built and not warped-in zealots, and it's looking like this base is not long for the world. But that's a great burrow. I love that he has burrow. It's going to be able to save all these drones.
Yeah, most definitely. And there's no observer anywhere near this, in fact. Does he even have an observer in the game? He does have 1 observer.
It's hanging out right over his cannon in the natural.
Okay. Yeah, so. But this hatchery does look like it is going to be getting taken down by these zealots.
And if we look
going beast mode on
just to the left of that position, there are 2 proxy pylons going up. I like both of these because he has the one on the high ground, which will be a little bit harder for any Zerg units just kind of running around to spot, and he has the one down by the 4th base that will delay that when the Zerg actually wants to take it. And if the Zerg just takes out one and gets complacent and thinks, oh, okay, that's good, the aggression's over, it's going to be a big surprise for him when the attack continues.
Yeah, most definitely. So it does look like our Protoss is getting that third base up. It's almost halfway complete, and basically just like you were saying, you know, getting a pretty strong army and then expanding behind that. So Protoss is playing this rather well.
The one thing I don't really like about the Protoss play right now is that it's such a zealot-oriented style that if there was literally like any number of roaches, because roaches can kite zealots pretty much infinitely as soon as they have the speed upgrade, this would be a very, very strong position for our Zerg